Hi there! Today we have a special occasion. Today we will speak about teenagers, about this developmental special area that is the last before the adulthood. And in this period, children are developing mentally, physically, and emotionally. And I'm so proud that today we are hosting two couple therapists from Slovenia, Albert and Leonida Mrgole. They are parents of 4 children. But not only parents, they work together as therapists, and they also work together as writers. And they are author of the really successful book, Connect with Your Teenager. I really recommend you to read it, but today we will meet them. And please ask questions, as many as possible. The schedule for today, we will have a 1-hour webinar in which we will have like 45 minutes of lecture, but please also during the lectures you can ask questions into the comments, and they will provide answers and answer to your questions with many ideas. Hello, hi.
Hello.
Hi, Leah. Hi, Albert. One of the things that I really enjoy about your lectures is that you share with us your personal experience, that you don't just tell us the theory, but really from such stories that every family can relate with your stories, because you tell really stories from families' everyday life.
Yes. Yeah, we believe that probably the only true learning is through emotional experience. And when you experience something, then you have already this emotional contact. And what we learned also is that people need the answers on how to deal with life, let's say, in practice. We know a lot of theories. We have a lot of knowledge. We know what to do, but we don't know how to do. And so our experience at the first, I can share, or we are witness of experience, yes, that we survived this period with 4 adolescents, and this is something.
And I just can say that yes, we have many lectures and we have many knowledge, but our kids were really the hardest school. And we are very proud on this education which we get from them. So I just to think why we don't share this with you, because it's a really treasure, you know.
Exactly.
And it's really hard to find something to read or to hear from people, because we are ashamed to say I have difficulties with my teenager. So he said to me that I'm stupid, that I'm not his mom, you know, and this shame is so big because we are living in the world of perfectness, and it's not allowed that we make mistakes, and parents always thought that we always think that we make mistake if our teenager is angry or not misbehavior. Yes.
Yeah, we feel vulnerable, and
Yes.
when we connect with our emotions, then we learn even more. So
Yes.
please do welcome all the people. So far there are 180 people watching this. Welcome all, and please, yes, Albert and Leah, share your lecture with us.
I just want to say something else. I just want to say big thank you to you, Blanca, because you are our big supporter, and we are really very thankful.
Okay. Yeah. So it's a big pleasure to be in this audience, and thanks to this technology, we can say welcome to many states, to so many people. Even I cannot imagine how much of you or from where you are from, all these European probably and world countries. So really a warm welcome to all of you who are participating in this webinar.
Yes, I will imagine just that we are sitting in the big hall and that you are sitting in the front of me, and that we can share our eyes, looks,
Eye contact.
eye contacts. Yes, and this feeling for me is very warm.
Yeah, what to say about us? First of all, we are from Slovenia, and we use Slovenian language as our everyday language. So we are not very very comfortable speaking English, but we will do all our best to be understandable and to share. Maybe something can be shared also without words, and I believe you will get it, that you will get our messages anyway. Yeah.
If you don't understand something, you just ask in the chat. It's no problem.
Yeah, we wish this. So what to tell about us? We are together for 37 years, and our children now are grown up. The oldest son is 32 years old, then the second daughter is 30, the third daughter is 27, and the youngest boy, he's 25.
Wow, without mistakes.
Wow. And yes, this was our life faculty. I think we are psychotherapists. We are daily in contact with parents, with partners, also with teachers in school. But what we learned, the most important is, I think, what we learned out of our family experiences. And so we want to share a little bit what we also wrote in our book. Yes, I have. This is the book, Connect with Teenager. You can find it on Amazon.
Blanca will put
the link. Yes, on chat. And why we focus on connection. So we worked, I remember more than 20 years back, I actually started working with my psychological diploma in one institution for young, it was a boarding institution for young offenders. and we were all the time in contact somehow with adolescents mostly, and with the question how to influence them, how to help them, how to help them find some sense, how to motivate them.
Yes.
All the time,
Yes.
that was the question, and in one period, in one moment, we realized that who has the most influence, that parents are the essential how to say this, that parents,
Attachment.
that we as parents
Yes.
have the most influence and
Power.
and the power, and that we realize this later, that this what is attachment, that the child is born to us, that we are parents, and in this attachment, this bond has so much, the most power, the most important
Yes.
influence we have through this, that we are innate,
Yes.
that the child is born out of
Yes.
us, and that we spend together all this period of nursing, of
Yes.
taking care of all this very basic humanity experiences that
Yes.
we give them and that they get from us. So in this we find the let's say the essence of our relationship.
Yes, and when in that period we work with kids and young people, and we just see how they miss parents, how they are belong. They have that feeling to belong to someone. How they are lonely, they talk all the time about parents, and not just bad things. They try to understand what happened, but they can't come to them because it was always that tension in the relationship. And in that moment, we decided that we will start to work with parents because we saw how much important we are. And in that moment, we become parents of teenager.
Yes.
And that was a big school and a big shock for us because we didn't know what happened, because yesterday was everything okay, and in the morning when we wake up our kid was completely different, like that it's someone else.
Yes, when I remember on this life period, uh, it's interesting. In fact, I was somehow in 40s, and dealing with some, let's say, questions about my career, questions about what is the purpose of life, what has meaning, what is meaningful, what is meaningless, what
Is our relation.
what I'm doing in this relationship, what I'm doing in this family. Some maybe very existential questions, and then immediately a new change came into the family. So the teenager behavior, with all these biological changes, with all changes,
Emotional changes.
in behavior, in expression, and yes, I remember in one moment it was just like someone bring a virus in our family, like everything was different. My perspective was different. My how I perceive everything, how I felt. Wow. And yes.
And what it's really important is that feeling in the family. It's like uzdushie.
Yeah, the
feeling in the
yeah.
family. It
The
was
mood,
so it was tense, it was like atom bomb. It was like explosion every second. It was like, oh, we are walking on the X. We have to be careful that conflicts are not just jump out between us, between kids, between everywhere.
Yes, and then this deadly question, who is guilty for this? Yeah. So we started to find, the reason because we didn't function very well
You
5
were
years.
never home. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. That was from her side, and from my side was that she spoiled them all the time. That this family is without authority, and so on and so on. But if you have the same the same situation, these are really not important questions. These are completely wrong questions because they have not. We have nothing to do with this change. What we realize later, and sadly through our experience, was that completely other mechanisms, completely other influences take a role in this change.
Yes. And what is important when we start to ask who is guilty and show to each other, we just put focus on our importance, and we forget that we have teenagers who need us. And who really need all our energy and time and all our stability. This is so important.
Presence and commitment, and yes, maybe this is one of the most important moments, or the most important I don't know, element of awareness, if you like, how to understand all what is connected to our relationship, also in family relationships, in intimate relationships, in relationships with our children, is this, that we are not the only focus of this relationship. So the mostly what we have in our counseling, in our therapies with parents, also in partnership area, the problem is that people are not aware or cannot deal with the idea that we are more in a relationship, that we are not it's not only me in the relationship.
It's not about me.
It's not about it, and it's not all about me. And
this was my biggest school, like mom. I always ask myself what I did wrong, and this is so. Kids just when I ask them what I did wrong, they become crazy. It's not about you, mom.
Yeah. And so again, what is important, that why we are important beside all this for children, is that children need parents as some reflection, as something that they can lean on. We are the most important person for them to grow up. And we need to be stable. We need to be there. We need to be responsive. We need to be engaged. We need to interact emotionally.
But life is like that we don't know everything of this, what you are talking now. So we are a little lost sometimes. We from where this come? From our patterns, from what happened with us, that in one moment we can't have connection with them anymore, and we start to judge them, to be angry on them, to be scared that they're, I don't know, that something is wrong with my kid.
Yeah, I can tell out of my experience that the relationship with small child was like I was the boss of the situation. I was powerful. I was completely in power, and I decide what to do, and he or she just listened to me and somehow respect what I said. And that was, I can say it was a nice feeling. I was a loving father, and we somehow deal, even if they don't listen all the time and so. But anyway, my feeling was that I can manage this. And then in one moment they became teenager. I will speak about the oldest one, my first experience with the teenage boy. And I had, a completely different idea about our relationship as it was in fact.
Me too.
Yeah. Yes, I started to complain about his behavior. I started to complain about his thoughts, about how he spoke, how
he dressed,
about everything.
How he smelled, about everything.
Yes. And what happened? What happened in relationship? He started to withdraw. Yes, he started to. So our conversation started to be with my question: how was it in school? And he said, as usual, or nothing. And he went to his room, and I didn't know nothing about him, and then this feeling came. Where is our contact? Where is my previous little boy? And yes, I start to realize that something happened in this deep emotional connection.
Yes.
I started to miss this connection, and I started to feel myself lost and maybe panic. And yes, I can tell you one quite intimate story. How I realize the influence of family patterns. What is another big lecture of this period?
Can I say something here before you start? That we planned a workshop with the same title, Empower the Connection with Your Teenager, in 6th December. And I will ask Blanca that she put a link to this workshop, because all these little moments are very important. And in this workshop, we will work how to recognize them and how to heal them, that we can become the parent who teenager needed.
Yeah. Okay. So I remember one day sitting outside with my 13 years old boy, and I still have the feeling, like said to myself, look, this is the same as you experienced when you were 13 and your father, and it's the same. So nevertheless, that you said, I will never be like my father, and I will be completely different, and I will not repeat his mistakes, or even nothing from him. I will be completely new, arrangement of fatherhood,
Different.
and completely different. And then I said, in this miserable situation, thought there is no photocopying machine that can copy the same. It was the same. I said to myself, I know that my boy is asking the questions like, who is this man here? I don't know him. He also, he doesn't know nothing about me. He doesn't even know what I like. He just asked me about the school, about my academic performances, and so he even doesn't know how to ask me that he can knew something about me. And from his side was the same to me. That he doesn't know nothing about his father, and who is this person for? And I was talking this
in your head.
In my head, I was rolling all this conversation and comparing with my patterns and what I promised to myself, and then it came out, okay. You said you will be different now. Do something differently. Say something. And that was the moment of awareness, how deep these patterns are imprinted in us. So even if I knew rationally what I should do, I was not able
Emotionally.
I was not able to open my mouth. That was the moment.
Yes.
And I realized, the story then continued, we in one other situation we came in an emotional moment when we could share our emotions. That was through anger, through tears. It was through conflict. It was not,
nice.
Let's say, a nice dialogue.
Conversation.
But we shared what we felt inside us, and I believe that for me this was the only possible way that I could overcome this pattern of silence, of distance, of not emotionally be engaged. So I became through this experience. It was it was a strong experience when my son cried out about his needs, about what he need from his father, and how what was his image of let's say responsive father, and that I could hear this without commenting, without
apologize yourself.
Yes, or without any defense, and so
yes.
And that I can also express myself and
your feelings,
my sadness about that I couldn't be a father like I wish to be, and then a connection happened, an emotional connection happened between us out of this vulnerability, out of these very soft feelings. And I can, yes, for me, this experience is maybe the most valuable experience in my life. So
it was like healing about
it was.
Yes.
Yes, I can tell you the effect. So the after this experience, since this experience, we are still like this. So we are really deeply connected, emotionally connected, as yes, father and son.
Yes.
And yes, what was the difference? So here is maybe the answer about motivation, about influence, about our power, uh, about authority, and all what is important for us as parents. So before this experience, he was not listening to me. He was not respecting me. I gave him so much advices. I want to well, every my
Yes.
what I want to influence on him, he somehow refuses or ignore.
Or just leave you,
Yeah,
or just leave the space.
yeah.
When he come in the kitchen, he went out.
And after this, and also at school. So at school, his how to say grades or his results were not very. I cannot find the right word.
It was not what you were expect. Yes. Beautiful. You have to say beautiful.
But after this, he became very motivated for his career. He became very motivated about his life goals. He became very focused on his work. He became very so better, remarkably better at school, and he came to me. He started to coming to me with questions about some advices and so. And I realized that here's maybe the reason why we are talking so much about connection. That connection is this emotional connection is the platform or is the basis of all what we are doing as parents.
Yes.
in a relationship with teenager.
Or maybe it's one part for teachers too, because that as teachers you have much more influence on your kids if you are connected with them, if you know some if you that have that feeling. This is not like connection like this is feeling that you understand, like in silence you understand each other, and that kids are the most motivated kids, and they just go straight to the to goals. They have goals, they want to be successful.
Yes, maybe what is under all of this is a feeling that when you are in connected relationship, there is all the time the feeling I care for this relationship.
Yes.
It have sense to be in this relationship for me. And again, it's not about that I as parent or I as teacher know that this relationship has sense for me or this kid has sense for me. No, it's the opposite. The kid has to have this feeling.
Yes.
So when our child has the feeling, this relationship
sense.
counts for me. It makes sense that I am in this relationship. Then they will do also for them stupid things, or they don't see sense in a lot of things that
Yes.
we want from them to do. And yes, the logic of behavior is also at school. Because of this relationship, because of that this relationship has sense for me, I will do what he expects from me or what he is teaching, even if I don't see sense in the as
Yes. So I think that we
content.
have to go on, because we want
Yeah.
to say something about dances with kids.
Yeah.
And I have that feeling that you are jump inside and
Okay, sorry.
yes, but I think the connection. It's not every day and all the time the same, and it's normal that sometimes something happened, and you lose this connection, and you are angry, and you scream on kid. This is normal. We all have bad days. We all have bad moments. We all are not aware all the time of our inner energy, and it's normal that sometimes we just say something, uh, can you do this, and kids say yes, and then he don't do this, and we start to scream, and we have a lot of these situations in the families who are very the same. So in all families, we some behaviors are very the same. So we named these moments like dances, dance which we dance with our kid, and it's always the same. Every day the same. In every this situation, it's repeated, and we just want to talk a little about this before this.
We
Yes.
have to hurry yes, why dances? Maybe why we use this metaphor? Because in dance you have one side and another side repeating all the time same steps.
Yes.
And in relationships, we quite a lot repeat the same steps on different content. So we would like just to maybe describe, we find out 12 typical or characteristical dances that we run with our kids, where we somehow lose the connection. So
Yes.
we mentioned these dances for us is important to be aware of these dances, because we don't go in these dances intentionally.
Yes.
We are not, and also our children are not involving us in these dances with intention, with consciousness. But this is something what is like a systemic
Yes.
rule, or it's
But what is important? Why it's good or nice to know this? What we are doing, what happened in these moments is that when we jump in this dance, we lose connection, and if we are aware that what it happened, we can make repairing, we can make connection, we can build connection again. But if we are don't know what happened, then connection is losing. We can't repair this.
okay. It's not so
Easy.
it's not so easy. It's not so dramatical. So what we know is that you can always repair a relationship as long as you have this in your mind, and as long as you have this
but you have to
awareness.
but you need to have this in your mind.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So the first dance, we will describe them from the, let's say, more sentimental to more heavy heavy music.
Yes.
Okay.
But maybe it's important that we say that these 12 dances, we can make them in one situation, all of them.
Yeah.
Yes.
It can happen
We can change the dance.
in one
Yes.
moment, but we will separately describe them. So the first step in dance from the parent is that we promise to ourselves, I will never argue or not argue. I will not be in conflict with my child.
Okay.
So our life will be happy. I will be calm. the child
Kind
will
parent.
kind parent, and the child will obey me, and we will live a happy life as in fairy tale. And this dance starts very, very early in the child's life, and it can function until the puberty.
Yes.
And then when the teenager.
But how it looks, this dance?
Yeah, it looks like I'm avoiding to any situation where I can feel that there can be a conflict. So I can imagine that if I say to you, please clean the kitchen, you will be nervous, and it's better that I don't say this to you.
Okay.
And
and you clean alone.
I will clean alone, or I will do all by myself. And
Or if I will say, oh, please go to bed, please go to bed.
this is another dance. This is the next dance, or it's variation of this dance.
Yes.
That I all the time in kind way ask you, please do this,
Yes,
please
but
do this.
These two are very together.
Similar.
Yes.
Similar in what is the effect. So the effect of on we have to see or to show these dances on two levels. On the rational level, let's say, we see there is really no conflict.
Yes.
It's a kind relationship, but under the surface, there is. It's very important how the power is placed.
Yes.
How the power is located, and the effect of this.
We are talking about inner power.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. The let's say the experience of child in this sense is that we are powerless. So the child has this strong belief: nobody can influence on me, and this is a very important moment, also in relationship to authority. So also, if you have such I believe that I have experience with younger children who mostly are children from divorced parents, and
Yes.
Single parent try to protect them somehow. We will not speak a lot of how we can understand all these dances behind. We will not judge parents about their.
No, because we dance a lot too.
Yeah. But anyway, you can see, or you can have also problems with such children who didn't have opportunity to develop an attitude to authority. And they really strongly believe that nobody can even say something to them, or that they will not submit to any authority, to any rule, to limits, and so. So this is a very, I think, in Slovenia, quite a popular dance, also with this new ideology.
Do you think that this is just in Slovenia?
I don't know. But anyway, so this, let's say, what we observe in maybe younger parents, this is quite common, to avoid conflicts, and that they believe we will come through with another, I don't know, another way. But the effect, really, the effect always is under the surface, and it's we have to focus on what is going on in this positioning of power.
Yes. And I think that every dance which we are dancing with our kid have a lot of съставин ingredients, and it's this is our part. So what happened that we go inside, how to stop this dance? We have to know what happened to us. We have to know our parents. We have to research why we are avoiding conflicts, why we are afraid of conflicts. We have to research why we are afraid that our kid will suffer. Because this is very important. If you say to kid, do this, and then he starts to cry or something, and then we say, okay, I will not say to him, because we don't want him to suffer. And these are questions which are really very important. And we thank you, we are really have to research our inner story. We are doing this in our workshops. So we will do these dances and research these dances with you on our workshop, Empower the Connection with Your Teenager.
Yeah. So we will quick run through other dances. So one dance, next dance is arguing. So if you say something to teenager,
these are very important.
Yes,
and very often.
Yeah. And then she start to arguing back, and we jump into this dance, and we argue back, and then the arguing is going on.
Why me? Why don't why me? Why always me? You are not fair. It's not good.
And
like this.
Because, and then arguing back, and so. But we are running. We will do this slowly on our workshop. So the point is that teenager is shifting the focus, take the trash to other topics, and we lose the topic through the arguing, and it's again the let's say the dance about we are powerless and the teenager is powerful. So yes, we somehow feel that the point is around the power, and we realize, okay, arguing is not working.
Yes.
So we shift to, let's say, power dances where we use power, where we can grab the power.
Where we punished, where we scream, punish, yes.
Yeah. And where we have the feeling, okay, now I will use my power. I will even
show to you.
I will. Yeah. There are many dances on that way, and what is the outcome of this dance? So when we start to use power, on the other side, by teenager, they understand this as, okay, let test who is more powerful.
Do you know who is more powerful? Always teenager, always.
Yeah.
Even if you have feeling that you win, you never win.
Yeah. And maybe, yes, before this, there is a question how about teaching extremely rebel teenagers. There is a dance where we try to use power with even controlling, even pursuing, and this in effect makes rebellious teenager who so the dance against controlling is a rebel position, so that
Yes.
I became a rebel. And so it makes sense to to research what is the idea of relationship with this teenager who is a rebel at maybe in school, and it has nothing to do with you as
Yes.
teacher,
Yes.
for example.
It's what is important. If we just see the first feeling is that we always judge rebel kids, rebel teenagers. We judge if they are angry. We just judge if they are too happy, and they just feel not accepted. It's something wrong with me. So how to go to the teenager that just with curious question what happened, what what sense it have your behavior, this is very important question.
Yes, there are ways
Yes.
how we can step out of these dances. There are ways how we can calm all these extreme emotions and this how to say explosions. Yes, and yes, how to rebuild the connection and how to rebuild the this meaning of the relationship.
Yes.
So we will speak about this in details in
our workshop.
And because of time, I think we have to stop here.
Yes.
There may be some very deadly dances, just to mention, ignoring chaotic behavior and also abuse. But these are really extremely hard
Yes.
Conditions to live in.
But sometimes we have parents or teachers who say, "I give up," and it's important that you never give up to any kid, because they somewhere deep inside they really need you. Even if you have feeling that they push you all the time back, but they need you. So we believe very strong, and we put in this book, how to manage difficult moments, how to go through difficult moments, how to build a relationship again, because kids always waiting for us. They are never leave us, even if they are very grown, very old, like me. Yes. So do you have some more questions? You write them down. Where are you?
I don't know.
We have to length. Yes.
Yeah.
We have so many things. We can talk about this for 1 week. So yes.
Thank you very much for your inspiring words. You actually provided the answer to the question that was among the comments about teaching rebels. My question is, what do you think about punishments? Because we do it a lot of times, even if we don't admit it. You mentioned by ignoring, this is somehow of a punishment, even if we don't say to them, well, you will be punished.
Yeah, it's very important. So punishment is something what I consider as misuse of power. And so when we use this behavior with our teenagers, they understand us as we are their enemies. And from our perspective, this is really the worst way
To lose connection.
the best way to lose
Yes.
connection, or the worst way to be in a relationship
Yes.
with a teenager. So, and I also believe that, you know, punishment is something what is what belongs to past in our civilization. So we need to develop a new model. And we need to, yes, we need to learn children to respect rules. We need what is authority.
And what is that they become responsible
Yeah.
for them behavior and
Yeah.
acts and everything.
So what we used in our with our children was we call this the choice instead of punishment. So I can very quickly just bring an example. So you have choice. For example, I wish that you clean the dishwasher, and I know that in the evening there is on TV something what you really like to watch, and so you have the choice. Choice one is you empty the dishwasher.
Yes. You watch
Before 5 o'clock, let's say, and then at 8 you will watch. The second choice is you will not empty the dishwasher and you will not watch the TV. Now the story starts. At 8, the child is with remote control in front of the TV without cleaning the dishwasher. So I have to react now. And my reaction was, you choose that you will not watch TV. And then she probably tried to argue with me or to find...
Like, please, no, I forgot.
Okay.
You're
Yeah.
sorry.
Okay.
I will quick. Just wait.
Okay. Sorry. You know, you choose this today. Tomorrow you can have another opportunity to choose another
Yes. To do.
Yeah.
To do.
Yeah. So this is very quick the way how we can teach children that they are responsible for their choices. So if I choose something what have a consequence, I need to hold this consequence.
Yes.
And this built a responsible, I think, also grown-up person. So we don't need to punish. We can support development of responsibility. And I think this is maybe a crucial moment to develop for development also in the society. And so we have really a big influence to make a big change in the world.
And what is important for teenagers and even for youngest is that they have feeling that they can choose. This is my will.
Yeah.
If I will do or wish, I will do or not to do. This is really very important because they have all the time feeling that we go to them like, you must do this. If you will not do this, you will be punished. If you will not do that, if you will not clean, learn, everything, we all the time just saying the sentences, you must, you have to, did you do, when you will do, it's big pressure to them. And when they have feeling that they have choose something, they have feeling that we trust them. And this is really very important for teenagers.
Yes, they have this need for autonomy, and this is one of developmental needs again. Yeah. So Blanca, I don't know if this answered your question.
Yes, it is. Thank you very much. So our time runs out really quick. So really thank you to your contributions, and I would like to kindly ask all of you to either support our authors to buy their book, Connect with Your Teenager, or to join the free work, not free, but a workshop in which you will get more information how to deal with everyday situations in dealing with teenagers. Thank you very much to all of you. And yes, there are also congratulations and thank you messages in the comments. Thank you to all of us. And if you want to reach our therapeutic couples, here is an email. I will give you just a moment into the chat, and also I will create a banner to see. Just a second. It's here. So okay, so any words of conclusion from you?
So I will just say thank you again, and it's I don't know, maybe for me a new energy to go forward in English and try to do more and more. Yes.
Yes, I spoke enough, so I will just support what Leah said.
And thank you to your support, and I admire that you go out of your comfort zone, and by going out you are also a role model to all of us. So
thank you
Thank
you
you.
very much.
Yeah.
To you,
bye.
Blanca, too.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.